Alright, so from what we've seen so far, it can get quite complex with pointers, and so we want to be able to represent this as simply as possible. Now, the first thing that's kind of annoying is these addresses here. Okay, they don't really mean anything because they change all the time, and we don't know what they are. So for us, we really don't care what the addresses are. We also would prefer to have a diagram that was independent of the size in address and the size in bytes. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at a diagram called a box and pointer diagram. So the way the box and pointer diagrams work is, let's say we've got a variable called a, and it's got the value 5. So the way we draw this is we draw a box and we break it up into 3 spots. Okay? So on the left hand side we have its name, and then on the right hand side we have its type, and then we have its value. Now this diagram is a dynamic diagram, so it changes as the program progresses. So if I create a short, okay, and call that 4, then at that point in the program we'd have b, which is a short, and it would have the value 4. Now if we create a pointer, this is where this becomes very handy. So if I've got a pointer, and I'll call it pointer 1, and if it points at a, then we can draw that, and we've got pointer 1, that's its name, its type is int star, and its value is going to be the address of A. But we don't write the address of A, rather we point to it, because that's what it's doing. So if I create another pointer, let's call that pointer 2, and I can point that at B. So pointer 2, short star, and I can point that at B. Now if in my code I create a third pointer, say pointer 3, and I give it the value of pointer 2, this is where some students make some mistakes. So here we've got pointer 3, it's type short star. Now it's copying the value in pointer 2, so it's taking this value. So it's going to point here as well. Okay? So this is another diagram we can use that's a lot better than this diagram here. So this is the diagram that you'll use, this is the diagram that you'll need to be able to draw in any exam. And so get used to using this. It's a lot easier than having to know numbers and having to know the size of the thing. Now, the other thing is that we'll have a look in the next video at double pointers, and that's where this becomes even more helpful, because that can get really confusing. Alright, so that's a quick introduction to box and pointer diagrams.